This week on My Global Adventure.
Maybe I've been over my head. Maybe I didn't understand what I was getting into when I signed on. Maybe I overestimated myself. I was lost. I felt like I was drowning. Day 82. We're on our way from Cape Town, South Africa to Colombo, Sri Lanka, but with a 17-hour layover in Dubai, Saudi Arabia. This is as good as we're gonna look.
Well, there we go.
Hey, Roger got there.
It's all in your head.
The flight that we had to make from South Africa to Colombo was incredibly long. We had to go all the way from Cape Town up to Dubai, and through Dubai to Colombo.
Where are we now, Roger?
We did a layover in Dubai. It was like 2 days or something, 3 days, 5 days, a year. I don't know what it was. I've stolen the camera. They let the host loose. I'm losing my mind. We've been traveling forever. Look, I just entered to win $1 million US or a luxury car. I'm gonna go drop it off now. The high of getting the job rode me through Europe, and then the low of being sick and just trying to get through it kind of got us through Africa. And also we got to Sri Lanka, and it was like all of these things that had sort of been keeping me going along the way just kind of stopped being enough. I started to feel more and more naked in front of the camera. And in Sri Lanka, I had lost such a focus. I had lost the idea of why I was even there. I didn't even have an idea of why I was doing the show anymore. This is Kitugala, where a little film called Bridge on the River Kwai was made. The bridge was destroyed years ago, but I can understand why someone would want to make a movie here. It is beautiful. And if I'm right, I think it's the site for our physical adventure here in Sri Lanka. Adventure time!
Asia, today you are in Kitugala for a whitewater adventure on the Kelani River. Hold on to your hat and don't fall in. Okay, this is awesome, but it was kind of a dead giveaway. We're no less excited about doing it, though, are we, Mr. Cameraman? Hello.
Hi.
You are Peter?
Yeah, I'm Peter. Nice to meet you.
Give you this one because you look like you hurt yourself there.
I was battering a burglar when he came into the house.
Youch.
And broke a little finger in the process.
Ouch. That's no good.
That's
You gonna be okay to wrap?
Peter caught me a bit off guard when we first met him because he was really nonchalant and very open, which I didn't expect him to be. I'd been told that he had worked with film crews before and he was kind of tired of them, so I expected him to be a bit standoffish. And he wasn't at all.
I first came here as a traveller in 1991, and then sort of set up a business in 94 doing mountain bike tours. And then in about 95, one of my original partners, we had scuba diving as well, introduced whitewater rafting, and it kind of like snowballed from there. I never thought I'd end up being a whitewater rafting guy. It sort of fell into that direction then.
And you like it?
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Good.
Well, I'm getting a bit too old to be battered now. I've got to say, I've got some young blood.
Our favorite cameraman, Sweaty Tom. It is, yeah, it's usually a good thing.
You fall out halfway in the rapid. Sometimes it's unwise for us to rescue you.
I was so glad at last Sri Lanka was going to be a physical adventure. It was a shining light because, again, I needed an anchor. I needed something to do that I could go, okay, I can do this. I know this. This is going to be fun. Oh my God.
It's a little flatter.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Are you sitting there?
That was my fault. Okay, well, it doesn't need to be said, but I'll say it anyway. Sri Lanka is an absolutely beautiful country, and whitewater rafting was an absolutely beautiful way to see it. Thank you very much. I don't want to... I feel bad about that hand, man. Good luck to you. Thanks very much for taking us out. And I'd like to thank the web audience for voting for this one. It's awesome to have the physical back in physical adventure again. Thanks, guys. Stupid, and I'm extremely tired. And we've been doing this for almost 4 months now, and I'm worn out. Normally I probably would not cry about this right now.
Day 86. We've been on the road since early this morning, catching glimpses of the Sri Lankan countryside and its people from our van. We're on our way to the city of Kandy in the center of this island teardrop. Kandy is a busy mountain resort and market center, but it's best known as the home of the Temple of the Tooth. The Temple of the Tooth is one of the most important temples in the Buddhist faith, and many followers flock there to pay homage. Behind secure doors open 3 times a day, people come to see a tooth that's said to have been pulled from the ashes of Buddha's cremated remains.
That's the first step. Anybody who goes to the temple does it first. The second is the effort.
Sam, our Sri Lankan guide and driver, is certainly in the right profession, a real fountain of knowledge when it comes to his native country.
When he was born, he stepped on 7 lotus and told that he will someday is going to be the leader of the world.
This was a major, major place for Buddhism, so I had an interest in it. And Sammy wanted to show me every corner of it, which is really, really sweet, but it takes away from experiencing it, because all you're doing is learning about it. And then on top of that, I was not experiencing it because I was sort of having to be on, which is my job. But it was difficult that day. He spoke himself.
Okay, we come here.
These people would come running in and say, no, 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 you can't stand there because that's an affront to something. You know, okay, all right, so we quickly start over again.
It just should not go back this way.
No, 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 you can't stand there because you have your back to Buddha.
Okay, we get it here, sir. So we get this Buddha statue there also behind.
So he spoke that himself?
Yes, yes. That's the legend has it.
One time after another time after another time, we were just being interrupted.
We need a flower. It should be only this. Yeah, okay. You can.
And I took it all personally, and I lost it. I just cracked. I finally just cracked. I'm so tired of talking to that camera. And this whole camera shooting thing is so invasive to an actual experience of coming here. I just feel like the format of this show, I don't understand all of it, but the idea is to follow me on a journey. And, you know, interviewing and narration and having me led around going, to all of this information that people can get from a book. isn't what I would do if I was coming on my own. And I feel like all of the price we have to pay because we're bringing a camera and all the formality and all of the affronted personal interaction that is falsified is just crap, and it's stupid, and I'm extremely tired. We've been doing this for almost 4 months now, and I'm worn out. Go ahead and change for the world. Be spiritual, be deep. Don't dance here, don't laugh there. I can't stand this anymore. Normally I probably would not cry about this right now. And I feel like an idiot for doing it, but my tolerance and my patience are just really worn out. Something like this. Maybe I'm in over my head. Maybe I didn't understand what I was getting into when I signed on. Maybe I underestimated. Maybe I overestimated myself and what I was capable of. What it felt like to me, this whole experience, was that dream that I think a lot of people have, you know, where you're walking around, all of a sudden you realize you haven't put your pants on, or something where you're exposed. And it felt like an Emperor's New Clothes. It felt like I had tried to make myself a certain person. And little by little I realized that this camera picks up the truth, really. And the camera picks up who you really are.
Okay, mulligan.
That was my first shot. Day 86. We left Kandy this afternoon, traveling east to a small village called Davidson. The region is home to Sri Lanka's Aboriginal people, a tribal culture called the Veda. When we arrive, members of the tribe are there to welcome us with a ceremonial dance that's designed to bless us by chasing evil spirits away. I think that could be just what the doctor ordered.
Could somebody bring me a latte? Double?
I know that it's been tourist affected. There are buses that go in and out of people that get to come and see them all the time, but somehow that just did not ruin the magic of seeing the Veda tribe for me. It was, from the minute they came out, they were so different looking and they were so magical to me. I was so taken with the Veda tribe right off the bat, and after they had performed their dance ceremony and welcomed us in and sort of come up and made physical contact with us, it was just like, oh, this is going to be a great experience. I'm so looking forward to spending time with these people over the next day or so. Day 87. We're all up early and looking forward to spending the day at the Veda village.
Morning.
So I had a less than stellar evening last night. My Molly gut madness has returned with fervor, and I'm still feeling it this morning, but I figure a little honey hunting, a little bow arrow shooting, is exactly what I need to get me back on my feet. Heading to the Veda chief's house right now to go meet the chief. Like the Dogon of Mali, the Veda are a 30,000-year-old culture that is slowly vanishing, threatened by laws and restrictions that actually make them trespassers on their own land. And no one knows that better than this seemingly simple man who has visited Geneva and Nepal to fight for the rights of his people.
In these two conferences, his main request or the main problem had been he has voiced about the freedom, because 20 years ago the government declared their homelands as a national park. Because of that, they were prohibited of hunting and the free movement.
He started to cry when we asked about the future of his children, the future of his community, and the fact that the future's not looking so bright for them.
He says it would be better the entire world or the other people around them if they can do something from their heart rather than just talking about it.
Yes.
So what he says is most of the people, they just talk, but nothing happens because they don't understand.
When we went to leave, I went up to thank him, and he held on to me a little bit longer, and he just looked right at me. I mean, he didn't speak a word of English, but he just looked right at me, and it was just a moment I'll never forget, because it was very intense, and it was very, like, sort of a real honest, genuine thank you for listening and for asking about the things that matter to us. After meeting the chief, a group of Veda hunters take me into the jungle to teach me a few tricks of the trade.
Can I get him to show me first? Yeah. Show me the... It's gonna be... Oh. Like this? Say mulligan. That was my first shot, yeah. My aim's not that good.
My first shot was pretty lousy, but my second shot, I totally hit my target. And there was this reaction from them like, yeah! And it was like a rite of passage. After that, they would surround me whenever we would go walking somewhere. It wouldn't be like me over with the foreigners and them over in their group.
Ah! Yeah! Look at that, eh? Oh, except now
It's pretty clear that this culture's on its way out. It's being changed, it's being affected by people visiting it, and whether it will survive the next 10, 20, 30 years is kind of anybody's guess. For them to disappear as a culture was going to now affect me because they had affected me. And it was just a really personal sort of sense of loss. We hit this level of sound that it was literally so loud that it just got to be like a white noise kind of silence. I asked this question, maybe somebody's listening, maybe somebody will answer. And I said, why am I doing this trip?
What's traditional? What's standard?
Normal. It's size.
Sam and I are buying fruit at a local market here in Baduru Wagala. It's not for us, though. It's an offering for Skanda, the son of the Hindu god Shiva. Sam and I are on our way to my first Hindu puja.
Oh, thank you. Don't please.
The Hindu puja is a religious ceremony where believers gather with personal offerings for their gods in hopes of fusing with the spirits. I was looking forward to fusing with a few spirits of my own.
So in the queue.
Sammy was really excited to take us to this Hindu puja. I was excited as well because I don't really know a lot about Hinduism, and this was going to be like a straight-on encounter with it. I handed my fruit platter to one of the holy men, and in a few minutes he returns it with a portion still in place. According to Hindu faith, the gods want everyone to share in the offering. Another priest places holy ash, or prabudai, on my forehead. In another part of the temple, there are rows of bells hanging above our heads, and as a man beats a drum, everyone reaches up to ring them. It was so loud, I thought my eardrums were going to burst. And it morphed as the time went on. It started sounding kind of like birds. And then it started sounding like thousands and thousands of people's voices. We hit this level of sound that it was literally so loud that it just got to be like a white noise kind of silence. I asked this question, why am I doing this trip? And I got this one word back that just said, connection. And I realized that's exactly not only the point of this trip, but a real focus of something that I was trying to accomplish. I'm connecting to all of these people that I would normally never encounter. And we'd had the experience with the Veda Tribe. It was a perfect example of that. The more I connect with people, the more I learn about people. The more I learn, the less intimidated I am, the less fearful I am, the less judgmental I am, because I understand it. And it moved me on in Sri Lanka because I had something I could hold on to. And I had something that helped me go to the next step.
Coming up on My Global Adventure.
Now starts the magic.
It's interesting. That's a good word for it.
No, there's a bazillion of them back there.